Good morning, children. Today it is my lecture 10th class under gravitation chapter. So in the last class we have learned the acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth. We have learned one derivation. In that derivation we have learned two formulas, that is acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth. But final expression you have to write up to the end. But I have given two conditions, when and where we have to use those formulas. Okay, hope you will understand that. Now I just explain the one formula which we have learnt in the previous class, that is acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth. Acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth. Surface of the earth. Or also I said the word above for this, I said one more word as at altitudes. So please be aware of this word, at altitudes. Okay, so when you observe this formula, there you have written one formula. One is, that is GH is equal to GS into 1 plus R square. This is nothing but you have written, just a minute, this is GS into R square divided by R plus H whole square. This formula we have learnt, one formula. And also I have given final expression where GS is equal to GS into 1 minus 2H by R. This formula we have learnt. First time we got this formula by equating the equations. But finally we got this. How did we get this? By using binomial expansion, we have reduced this condition to this. Okay. So now using this, I have explained in the earlier class where this formula holds good when it is above the surface of the earth. For example, if you have taken an earth, this is the earth, and this earth which is exactly the one center is here. From here to here we have the one radius. If the object is at some height, maybe at this position, I take this is nothing but height. So if H is nearer to the one radius of the earth, maybe the one radius of the earth, nothing but we know where R is equal to 6,400 kilometers. If you have this condition, then if the H is nearer to this, nothing but if it is crossing more than 3,000, more than 4,000, 5,000 like this, at that time we have to select this formula. Please remember, when the height is more above the one, that is the half of the one, the radius, naturally you can select this formula. If the height is very small, nothing but if the one object is at this position, if it is very close to the surface, at this position if you are selecting, this is the point you are selecting. If it is close means maybe nearly 5 km, 10 km, 15 km or maybe 30 km, at that time it is very close to the surface because as compared to this distance, it is very small, which is negligible, but we cannot neglect that. We have to take into consideration, but at that time we say the height is very small, due to which we have to select this formula. Is it clear? So be careful using these formulas. Depending on the question, you have to select the suitable formula while solving problems. Whenever you come across in maybe objective type questions or maybe in 5-mark problems, you have to be careful to use this formulas. And if you use these formulas, by chance if you are using this formula but if you are confused and you have got this formula, at that time the answer goes wrong. Let me highlight you that by giving one example for you. For these two things, I will just give one problem and I will explain you, I will help you how the question will be. The one will be wrong if you suppose the answers will go wrong if you select different formulas. If the question is different and your formula is different, to solve that at that time, then you totally your answer will go wrong. So I will tell you when I had to use these conditions. I will just solve one problem, then you understand much better. Okay. So before going to that, one more point I want to say here. If this here, the eyesight as it goes at high altitude, H decreases, that is nothing but H increases, G goes on decreasing. So if H increases, G decreases, eyesight here, G decreases. Exactly on the surface, G is, that is nothing but 9.8 meters per second square. It is maximum at this position. So at this surface it is maximum. When it goes up, as the height increases, G decreases. So you will think over that, what will be the height, by chance how much time it will decrease, when it will become 0, when this goes on decreasing, but at some point it becomes 0. So let me tell you that one condition, at what point this G becomes 0, when the height increases. For example, if H is equal to infinity, naturally at that time, therefore H becomes 0, because this H will be infinity. Infinity by anything is nothing but you have some value. This becomes 0. So naturally, when H becomes infinity, the one GH will become 0. So please be aware of that. So here this becomes nothing but called as the one, if H is coming nearer to infinite point, at that time G completely becomes 0. So be aware of that. As you go from here to here, this is maximum. When you go higher and higher, decreases, but at some point this decreases. That is nothing but exactly becomes 0. At what point it is? At H is equal to infinity, this becomes the acceleration due to gravity above the surface will become 0. So this condition you just remember. Okay. Now I said one question I will solve using this formula. Let me tell you what is it. So this year, the 2020, during the last month, nothing but in the month of October, we have got the one NEET exam. During NEET exam, we have one question. That question is based on the one altitudes. Let me tell you what is the question. So let me highlight you. If a body weighs, that is NEET 2020 question. You may feel they are very difficult. No, they are simple. But concept based questions they are. They will never give you directly the formula, using formula. Slightly they twist and think. You have to be careful to write the things. So, during 2020, you have one question based on altitude. Let me tell you what is it. So, a body weighs, W-E-I-G-H-S, weighs 72 Newton on the surface of the earth. Okay. On the surface of the earth. What will be the gravitational force? What will be the gravitational force? What will be the gravitational force on it at a height equal to half the radius of the earth. Okay, this is the one question given, and that 2020 NEET question this year, this academic year you got this question. So please observe, here they have given body weighs 72 Newton. Weight, they have given weight where it is on the surface of the earth. Please observe, here we have learned G on the surface of the earth. It is not weight, it is G. But here in this question they have given weight. First you have to convert G into weight. Okay, so that G will be written terms of weight. Okay. At the same time, they are asking gravitational force. The gravitational force on it. At what will be the gravitational force on it? So, what will be the gravitational force here on it at a height which is equal to radius, half the radius of the earth. So, once they have given weight, once they have given gravitational force, and again they are asking you to calculate what will be the one weight at that position. Okay. So, please observe according to the equation, and you know the conditions now, and as per this condition it must decrease. Nothing but by seeing the question itself, by looking at this 72 Newton, you can select the option which is less. But remember, 4 options will be there, but accurate answer you have to calculate, then only you will get it. So more than 72 Newton you will never get the answer, it is less than 72 Newton. But among 4 options, the one you have to select which is the best answer. So please observe. For example, if I say weight is nothing but m into g. Force is nothing but m into g. So you are ready to say W is equal to F. So remember, this weight is nothing but force, and this gravitational force is nothing but force itself. Both are having same units. So this also have the unit same Newton. This is also having same unit Newton. So now you know the condition where W and F are same. Now you have to select the condition. If you are having the one earth, if this is the earth, at this position the center it is, this is R, and here it is at some height which is nothing but, let me say, this is the one height you have taken, and this height is, it is equal to R by 2, and here the weight of this one will be, the weight W is equal to 72 Newton they are asking. What will be the gravitational force at this position? You have to calculate here. At this position, you have to calculate what is it. Now you know from here to here this is R, but here it is H, and here this is R by 2. When you say R by 2 means, remember, already 6,400 kilometer divided by 2, it is nothing but 3,200 kilometer. It is crossing more than 3,000. So you are better to select this formula. You can select this formula first. Okay, you need not go for this. When you select this formula, you will get first G. After getting G, we have to go for weight. And please observe, the one for this is force I said. So let me say here, to calculate this, where GH is equal to GS into R square divided by R plus H. That is, let me just completely write this bracket like this, whole bracket. Okay, it will be convenient for me. Now if I write GH is equal to GS into, this is R divided by R plus, this H will become R by 2, therefore now this becomes, it is as good as GH is equal to GS into, this will go to numerator and this will take the LCM now. If I write directly, you get, this is 2R divided by R plus 2R plus R is 3R. This denominator will go to numerator, that you know from school days. Okay, so this will be the one condition. If I cancel this R and R, you get GH is equal to GS into 2 square. 2 square means it is nothing but 4. This will be 3 square, nothing but 4 by 9. This is the one we got GH. Okay, so the height we have got this formula. Now let us calculate for force at this position. What will be the gravitational force they are asking here? So when I write this condition, then you are ready to take the one nothing but called as, here you can write, that is for your convenience, this let me take F dash, F is equal to, that is W dash, and this W itself is nothing but, here this is W itself. Okay, so for your convenience, I write the first condition which is at some height, W dash by W, that is equal to, you know W dash means nothing but M into G. So I should write here M, that is MGH. This becomes MGS. That is on the surface. This is at some height. So let me write for your convenience height itself. Then you will feel comfortable. So this becomes S, this will be S. Okay, this is our formula we have. Now if I rewrite this condition, now you know here, this is WH we have to calculate. WH by WS we have. MGH we have. So let me calculate. WH is equal to, this is WS, okay, MGH. M into GH. What is GH here? This is 4 by 9 into GS. Right? 4 by 9 into GS divided by M into GS. Right? Now your answer will become, now you have got this condition now. Let me substitute here. What will be the one step now? Let me write here. For this, here this will be M and M gets cancelled, therefore you can write as it is. But remember, WH is by WS. I'll write up here. So for your convenience, I'll write here. That is WH is equal to, that is this M and M gets cancelled, GS gets cancelled, you get 4 by 9 into WS. Okay, but you already know at this surface it is called as WS, which is 72 Newton. Therefore, WH is equal to 4 by 9 into 72. 9 8s are 72. You get WH is equal to 8 4s are 32 Newton. So you are ready to say at this position where it is nothing but called as, what is the value? You have got 32 Newton. I think you have followed this. So remember, this is a very simple question. Directly they did not give GH, but they have given weight. So depending on this, you are using this condition. Okay. So these are the some concepts you have to remember, and very simple problem it is. But you have to select the suitable formula. If you select this directly, then naturally you get the wrong answer, because then you remember here this is at the weight they have given, and you will calculate here H is equal to R by 2. If I say, if I use this condition, H is equal to R by 2. So naturally what happens, let me tell you. First itself the G will itself become 0. Naturally weight will become 0. So if I use this formula where GH is equal to GS into 1 minus 2 into, this is R by 2 divided by R. This 2 gets cancelled, R gets cancelled. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 into anything is 0. So naturally GH becomes 0. So naturally WH becomes 0 according to this condition. But this cannot be accepted, because you already know one point. At infinity, G becomes 0. So you are not supposed to say at this position R by 2 itself is GH becomes 0. So you have to select the question answer, the one formula according to the one conditions given to it. Okay. So I think now you are able to catch it now. Please observe. If you already know this condition, by chance if you solve, you will get GH equal to 0 at what point? At point R by 2. That is totally wrong as per the concept. So please be aware. Let us select this form. Okay. Right. Very good. So now you have followed, I think. Hope you have understood this problem. This I said because I would have completed this after the completion of chapter. But here I have given the hint how to select the suitable formula using the altitudes depending on the conditions. Okay. Right. Now let me go for the next condition. Now today I just go for one more very important concept, that is acceleration due to gravity at depth. Nothing but at the below the surface of the earth. We also call it as a depth. Below the surface is there, below that you are reaching. So naturally it is called as a depth. You can also call in another way where it is also called as the one depth or below the surface. So let me go for the next condition. Very very important derivation. Okay, this also you will expect for in. This is yesterday's class 1 condition. Let me keep after completing once again an alternative. Now let me go for the next one. Acceleration due to gravity acceleration due to gravity below the surface of the earth, below the surface of the earth, right? Or you have one more step like this, you can also call it as variation of g with depth. So please observe this question. So you are ready to expect like this or this way for 5 months when it is for theory paper, and also sometimes directly you get problems based on this depth. Okay, so it's very simple for problem, but one is the new concept we are using here. Let me highlight you what is it. Please observe. If I select the earth, this is the earth, you may feel why madam has written just like a sphere. So as and when we solve some calculations in physics, and that too particularly using earth, at that time we take the condition earth is just like a sphere. But already from the beginning of this chapter you know earth is not a sphere, it is in the form of ellipse. So but remember, for calculations I am using this figure where it is a condition like earth is just like a sphere. So here when I take the sphere, let me say this is the center of the earth. Okay, so what is the mass? Mass of this is m. What is the radius? From here to here you are going to say this is nothing but called as radius. Let me say, and radius remains same at all points if you use a sphere. So this is radius. At all directions radius remains same. Now you know this is the surface, but remember from the surface you are putting an object into the earth. You are putting an object into the earth means that object will go deep inside the earth. Nothing but, very good example I can give, deep inside the mines. Mines are inside. So you can say the one object is going deep inside the mines. Nothing but it is going under depth. Okay. So if I put the object here, let me say our object comes here somewhere here. It is reaching at this position. So for this I just draw one circle. For your reference, I just draw one circle. Okay. So this is what I draw the circle. So now let me say our object has fallen to here. From the surface to here it has fallen. Let me take this is d, depth d. For your convenience I write the distance from surface to here is d. So you will be aware of this now. The one for this we have to calculate the one acceleration due to gravity. But you know this is acceleration due to gravity on the surface. What is this? Acceleration due to gravity at depth. You have to calculate here. At this position you have to calculate acceleration due to gravity. So now when you want to calculate this, you have to take this inside circle, and this circle is now having uniform density. Throughout the earth the density is same at all points. It is same at all points. So density remains the same. Naturally when density remains same, then you are ready to calculate now the one condition here. You have to use this circle and you have to calculate what is GD. Nothing but acceleration due to gravity and depth. So before going to that, first step we have to calculate. Use the condition where we know from the previous class where G is equal to Gm by R square. What is this? It is a relation between small g and capital G, or you can also call it as relation between acceleration due to gravity and the one gravitational constant. You know this is capital M is said to be the mass of the earth. What is this? R, radius of the earth. So you know this already, are familiar about this formula now. So with the help of this formula I am deriving the expression. Okay. So now let me calculate for this. If you want to write at that time, I write that is GS, where it is GS is equal to Gm by R square. Okay, that is what we have. Now for example, if I want to write for GD at that time, what we have to write here? Just remember, first we have to, let us take this distance from here to here. This distance is total from here to here is R, but this distance already left out is T. So you get, this is distance you have to take into account. Now in this we have mass of the earth. So first let us calculate what is the mass of the earth, first one, or can also calculate what is the mass of this sphere. So mass we have to calculate. To calculate this mass we have to take into condition where the one condition called as density. Density you know from the school days where density is represented by rho. Density is equal to mass by volume. Right? Now, to calculate m, I should use rho into v. What is this v called as? V is volume. How does it look like? It looks like a sphere. So, I should take the condition v is nothing but volume of sphere. We have to take the one condition, volume of sphere. So, when you select volume of sphere, means at that time you know the volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the one formula we have. Radius is r. So 4 by 3 pi r. This is the formula. Now let me take the help of this. Now for this one, write here for example, for this one mass of this sphere. For this sphere I am writing the one mass. So at that time m is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is what we are writing. What is this for? This mass I am writing on the surface. Okay, so you get this is mass. So now if I use this condition where you know Gs is equal to G into this mass I substitute here. This is rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by this is r square. As it is I should write. Now if I just cancel this, then you get when Gs is equal to, that is G into rho into 4 by 3 pi r. Because already 1, 2 r is left out, only single r is left out, that I have to write. This is for on the surface. Now let me calculate this similarly for GD depth. So for this I should take the condition where GD is equal to G, that is m. This one I should write. And the one distance for this I should write. So first let me calculate the one depth, mass of this one depth. So okay, so mass of the depth I should write. At that time mass of that m is equal to, that is rho into v. You have formula directly you have. So for this inside sphere, this is for inside sphere. Please remember how did I write this one? This is for inside sphere. This is for outside sphere. Right? So we have two spheres here. One which is inside, one it is the other one outer sphere. Okay? So this is for this one. Now let me write inside sphere mass is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r. But I should not take r because the distance is already depth which is gone inside. So this left out is r minus d. I should take r minus d whole cube. Okay, so now by using this condition, now I should write for this one small GD is equal to G m, that is m is nothing but called as rho into 4 by 3 pi r minus d whole cube divided by, again this r for inside sphere it is, therefore r minus d whole square. This square and this will get cancelled here. So left out is GD is equal to G into rho into 4 by 3 pi r minus d. This is the one for the depth. We have calculated GD. But finally we have to arrive at this expression by comparing to the surface to the one depth. So I just write this, let me write for your convenience. This is equation 2. This is equation 1. Okay. So now dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Equation 2 by equation 1. We get. Now let me write GD by GS. Okay, equation 2 is this one. Equation 1 is a GS. Right? Now if I substitute, then G into rho into 4 by 3 pi R minus D divided by again G into rho into 4 by 3 pi into R, which is equation 1. Okay, now you can just cancel this G, rho, 4 by 3 pi and again pi can be cancelled. Only left out is R minus D by R. So let me write now one more step. Here I'll write here GD by GS is equal to R minus D by this is R. This is what we have. If I split this, then your expression becomes GD by GS is equal to R by R minus D by R. R by R is what? It is nothing but 1. So I can rewrite the formula now. GD is equal to 1 minus D by R, and I take this GS side, cross multiply, so I write GS. So this is the one formula we got for the one acceleration due to gravity at depth. Now we got this is D 1 minus D by R. This is 1 minus D by R. So please be aware of that. This is 1 minus D by R. When you just open the bracket, then what you get? GS minus GS into D by R. So you are getting GS minus some part. So naturally, GS is on the surface, it is what? It is 9.8 meters per second square. It is still less. So as you go deep inside the earth, nothing but if you go deep inside the earth, again acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. It goes on decreasing. So here this is maximum here. You know where this is, here it is maximum. But when you go here, it decreases. It decreases. Okay, right. That now you are followed. By chance, if the object is falling to here, to the some distance, right? But remember, all the objects whenever you put into the one inside the earth, always it will be attracted to the center of the earth. So always it will go to the center of the earth. By chance, if the object reaches center of the earth, exactly if it reaches center of the earth means at that time I take the condition where D is equal to R. When that object reaches exactly at the center of the earth, D is equal to R means at that time your expression becomes this is 1 minus R by R. R by R is nothing but 1. 1 minus 1 is nothing but 0. Naturally, GS into 0 becomes again when this condition D is equal to R means at that time again D will become 0. So you are ready to say if an object is falling up to here, it decreases. By chance if that object reaches, it is attracted to the center of the earth. If it reaches to the center of the earth, at that time this distance, complete distance D will be equal to R. At that time naturally what happens? This G becomes 0. At that G becomes 0. So now you have observed it will be decreasing. Finally it reaches to the point. Center means it becomes 0. So now you are familiar now the condition. If the object is exactly at the one surface, naturally you say the one nothing but G is maximum, which is 9.8 meters per second square. By chance if it moves higher, naturally G goes on decreasing. At what point G becomes 0? By chance if H becomes infinity, then this at altitude this becomes 0. Similarly, if an object falls down, naturally it goes on decreasing. But finally when it reaches center of the earth, it decreases. So now we are aware of that this condition where G will never remain same. It varies from place to place. So by looking to this condition or by looking to this, you know G is not constant. G varies from place to place. Because in the previous lecture I said about when this small G varies from place to place, I said this varies from place to place. So now we have observed from these two derivations how G varies. So this Derivation is very important for 5 marks. You will expect in the PU board exam as per the NCERT syllabus, you will expect for 5 mark question, or sometimes they may reduce for 3 mark, but maximum times it is for 5 mark. Okay, but the same question will be given for problem, which is for Karnataka CET it is 1 mark, but for the one it is board exam, that is a NEET exam, they will get it for 4 marks. Okay, so this is how you have to remember, which is very important both for objective type as well as for the one theoretical. But these conditions, if you remember, directly by looking to the question, you can dig the answers. You need not go for calculations. By just looking to the question, you can dig the answers for the question. Okay. Now, I just want to give one problem which was given in Karnataka CET 2020 based on this depth. Let me highlight you that what type of question they have given. You know, in Karnataka CET it is for 1 mark, but even then they have used 2 formulas in that. So what type of question it is given, how we have to use 2 formulas and how you can explain that. Let me highlight you that question. I think you have followed all these things. Now let me go for the problem. Okay, and just rub it out. To solve this problem, I write this formula now once again. G depth is equal to Gs into 1 minus d by r. This formula I have written for to solve the problem. So please be aware of these formulas. Now what type of question you expect here? So in Karnataka CET, it is given. Let me write. This is 2020. This year itself they have given this recent question which is given here. So here the value of acceleration due to gravity, the value of acceleration due to gravity, the value of acceleration due to gravity at a height of 10 kilometers, at a height of 10 kilometer is x, is 10 kilometer from the surface of the earth, from the surface of the earth is x. Okay. Now they have again tagged the question here. It is at what depth inside? At what depth? At what depth inside the earth is the value of acceleration due to gravity, acceleration due to gravity is due to gravity has the same value of x. So this is the question given. Please observe the value of acceleration due to gravity at a height 10 km from the surface of the earth is x. Okay. At what depth inside the earth is the value of acceleration due to gravity has the same value of x. So please be aware, here there are given 2 conditions. One above and one more which is inside. So 2 formulas are given. You have to take 2 formulas in this. Using 2 formulas center of the earth. So from here to here is R. At some height, let me say at some height which is 10 kilometer. This is 10 kilometer. This is the height they have given. At this position the value is x. They have given the value of g is nothing but g is x. They have given like this. But one more point they have given, at what depth? At some point, we do not know what is the depth. At some point, let me take here, this is B. For your reference, I take this is B. At some point here, they have said the one acceleration due to gravity has the same value of x. Here GD is equal to x. They have said. So we have to calculate what is this depth. So here in this question, you have to calculate a depth answer. But at what point the value is same? This value and this value will become same. At what point they are asking this question. So please be aware. Now let me write for your conditions. Using this, I write first formula. One is GH as per the altitudes. And since it is 10 kilometer, already you are familiar. If the one distance is very small, we have to use this formula I said. You need not go for this because it is nearer to the surface. It is nearly 10 kilometer which is closer to the surface. So I should go for second formula where GH is equal to GS into 1 minus 2H by R. This formula we have to select. I hope you understood. In the previous point I said what is the condition for the previous problem. Now what is the condition I am saying here? So be aware I am using the second condition. Second formula, right? Now next. G depth. Just now we have derived G depth is equal to GS into 1 minus D by R. 1 minus D by R. So these are the two formulas. At what, that is, at what depth the earth is, the value of acceleration due to gravity has the same value of x they are asking. Here is x, here is x. So they have said the one both are equal, they have given the condition. Here whatever the value get the same value x here, same value of x is nothing but they have given both are equal. So let me take into consideration now where GH is equal to GD. This condition we have to follow. GH is equal to GD. This is the one step you have to follow. Now if I substitute the formula, then you get where GS into 1 minus 2H by R. This is one formula. That is equal to GS into depth 1 minus D by R. Right? Now you have followed the formula. So now this GS gets cancelled. You know here 1 minus 2H, 1 minus D by R. So this 1 and 1 gets cancelled. This minus also gets cancelled here. Here minus and minus also gets cancelled. So what is left out? The left out is 2H by R is equal to D by R. 2H by R is equal to D by R because we have in between equal to. So we write this. This R and R gets cancelled. Again you got 2H is equal to D. But we know already H is equal to 10 kilometer. Since they have said H is equal to 10 kilometer, then naturally 2 into 10 is equal to D. Therefore D is equal to 20 kilometer. So, what do you mean by this? You have got the answer for depth, right? That you have got the answer for depth. Already they have given the height, but now you have got depth is 20 kilometers. So, please be aware of this. You can also learn one more point here. What is the condition I tell you here? By looking to these answers, this H is, that is D is equal to 20 kilometer and H is equal to 10 kilometer. By looking to this, you are also ready to say one more condition. What is it means? Remember, if you observe exactly on the surface G is equal to 9.8 meters per second square I said. Here it is nothing but 10 kilometer we have some value for G. Here for 20 kilometer we have, that is depth we have some value G. Right? That condition you have followed. But by looking to this values, you are ready to say as you got high altitudes, the value goes on decreasing very steeply. Steeply the value goes on decreasing. What is it? G. G goes on decreasing steeply when it goes at high altitudes. But as it goes to the depth, it will be decreasing but not so as compared to this. So by looking to 10 km itself G will become, that is nothing but decreases maximum times, but here the same it will take 20 km to reach here. So hope you have understood now. So please be aware, as it goes at higher altitudes, it decreases steeply, nothing but that altitudes G decreases steeply as compared to the one depth. Hope you have understood this answer. So please be aware, simple question it is, but here two formulas are being done, and in that you are also learning one more very good concept. What is it? As you go to high altitudes, G decreases rapidly, nothing but steeply it will decreases as compared to the depth. That one more point you have understood from this point. So hope you understood all these things. This I have explained because to understand carefully the formula and how to the one you have to select the formula when you are solving problems. Derivation you will practice, you will do that, there is no problem. For derivation you will do it directly by looking to the one where you will just practice it and you will write it. But whenever you solve the problem, you should also learn the concept very clearly, how we have to use this depending on the question. Hope you understood. Let me complete this, stop this one, acceleration due to gravity at a depth. Now one more point I want to say here, very simple point, that is only two conditions are there for a syllabus. One more we have, latitudes. The third point, which is not there for your derivations in the one PUC board exam. As per the NCERT, as per Karnataka CET, you do not have derivation, but you will have objective type questions. Because you are writing all India level competitive exams, there you have derivations. There you have objective type questions. So please be aware, I will just give some hints which formula I had to use for it and how you have to solve those CET questions, or maybe any objective need questions, maybe the one, the JEE questions, whatever you come across. Is it clear? So let me go for the next part. Acceleration due to gravity at latitudes. Please be aware of this, because many times both English medium students and Kannada medium students slightly they get confused. This is latitude, this is altitude. Altitude means height. Latitude means it makes some angle it is. What is it? You already know in the previous class, Earth rotates on its own axis, we have said. So whenever the Earth rotates on its own axis, naturally it makes some angle. So what will be the one angle it will be rotating? Those things we learn in this conditions. Latitudes. Okay. So now let me tell you what do you mean by latitude means. By chance this is the one here. This is the one sphere. Earth is just like a sphere. But here the Earth will be rotating like this. Here it rotates on its own axis. You will be thinking that it will be moving like this. No, it will be moving like this. So it is moving around like this. So it will be rotating like this. It rotates on its own axis. You will be thinking it will be moving like this. No, it will be moving like this. So this is how it rotates. So when it rotates, if I take this is the center of the Earth is here, and this is the one radius, and this is said to be the one called, this is equator. Let me tell you, this is equator. This is said to be poles. So this will be theta equal to 0 here. You can say here theta is equal to 0. Here theta is equal to 90 degree, because exactly at right angles it is here. So the angle is 90. But remember, if this makes an angle here, if the one object is at this, the Earth is rotating on its own axis. It is rotating on its own axis means here will be the mass, and that will be the one that is nothing but represented. The object is rotating around this, and therefore let me write here. It makes an angle theta. So this, it is an angle made by the center of the Earth along the equatorial line, is called as it is the one angle made from the point to the center of the earth along the equatorial plane. It is called latitude. So this makes an angle theta. So it will be rotating around like this. And remember, since it is revolving around the one, it is rotating means it always possesses velocity, speed. It has speed, nothing but called velocity. But here we say it possesses angular velocity. It is possessing angular velocity represented by symbol omega. Right? This is the one condition you have to remember here. It is revolving around us. Okay. So now in this latitude we have two steps. Let me tell you two steps. What is the two steps? First one we learn due to shape of the earth. Shape of the earth. Due to shape of the earth. What's the second point means? We learn due to rotation of the earth. Rotation of the earth. So these two conditions we learn under latitudes. So let me tell you, due to shape of the earth means you already know earth is not a sphere, it is in the form of ellipse. So if I say this is the one ellipse you have like this, at that position we have this is the one diameter you can take. From here to here it is radius, right? And this is nothing but equator, this is nothing but poles. So this R is different from here. Please observe, it is bulged at the equator, it is flattened at the poles. You know, flattened. Where? At poles. It is flattened at poles. It is bulged at equator. This is what you already know from the figure. Right? Then naturally this radius will be different. It will never be same. This is very small. It is very large. By looking to this, you are ready to say the one, remember here, this radius of the nothing but RE is always which is equal to RP plus 20. If radius is larger, it is square it is. If radius is larger, G goes on decreasing. If radius is smaller, G goes on increasing. So naturally you can say at this equator, G, radius is large according to this condition.